Hello, this is Andy Bennett with Master Tech Solutions. Welcome to our 5th episode of Tech Request Live. TRL is a weekly tech request show created to help you, our colleagues and teachers, to maximize the use of your educational technology. My name is Andy Bennett and I work with Master Tech Solutions. We are your one-stop shop for consultation, educational technology, training, and professional development. Master Tech Solutions has proudly provided eInstruction products and services to the Rocky Mountain region for the last 6 years. We are also proud providers for All-In Learning, a revolutionary cloud-based assessment and instructional program. We carry the unbelievable Livescribe Smart Pen, the pen that remembers everything you hear and links it to what you write. In addition, we now carry amazing AV products, including Hitachi projectors and Lumen's Ladybug document cameras. But more importantly, we are your partners in education. This is our weekly episode. To see our TRL introduction video, go to www.youtube.com/mastertechsolutions and locate the TRL demo video. This week's tech requests come from us from actually all over. I had put Jim Parr's name in there, but there's quite a few people that just received a brand new MobiView from our great promotion that we've been giving out. So Jim Parr and quite a few people in District 51, as well as Grand Junction. So this is kind of just a short introduction as to all of the features, not so much the how to use the Mobi day to day, but just kind of the features that go along with that. So we're going to come out of this for just a second and go into that right now. I'm going to switch over to my Ladybug document camera here. You can see my MobiView is underneath the camera there. Just right away, this is our home screen. So we've got Annotate, which is probably where you spend most of your time. That's where I can freeze the screen. There we go. Oh, too bright. Just tune this up a little bit. There we go, it's a little bit better. So these are your annotation tools, and as you can see right here, you can customize those to make them to whatever tools that you use the most. Another really nice feature, in addition to what the Mobi Quick had, the first version, is you can launch multi-user straight from there. So if you had multiple Mobis attached, you could hit this button and it will launch right into your multiple users and split the screens like that. Also from here, even if this is used as a teacher, as a student device, you can exit this once you're in multi-user mode. Okay. There's lots of other videos that we have that kind of talk about the how-tos and the different tools we have here, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on that. We're actually going to spend a little bit more time on the other features that are new to the MobiView. Put that down. I'm wondering if that's easier to see when it's down like that. Change the settings, make this a little darker. There we go. That's actually easier to see, isn't it? Okay. The first one, the upper left here, is called Notes. And the way that I've seen people use this, the way that I've used this, is as I'm walking around class, so we'll go with the teacher model first. As I'm walking around class, I can just write a quick note up here. So if I can say, Johnny, struggling with comprehension. Okay, something to that effect, and that is my reminder to myself that when class is over and I'm looking back through my notes, oh yeah, Johnny needs help with comprehension. What can we do with RTI strategy? Something to that effect. So just quick anecdotal notes. This keeps you from having to run and find a little post-it note, or those get thrown away. Kids grab them. This will be safe and secure on your Mobi, and you can save up to 20 notes. You can see I'm on number 12 right there, but you can save up to 20 notes here. Let's see if we can zoom in here, if that would help to see what's going on here. That's a little bit better. Okay, the features or the functions right here. Here we go. We've got the pen tool right there. You can switch it over to the eraser and go back and erase that if you need to. From the pen tool, you can select your different colors. We've got black, blue, red, or green. There we go. It's easier to see that way. We've also got different pen tip colors, or I'm sorry, pen tip widths. So this is a finer point. This is a little bit thicker. Okay, this is just the color of the post-it note. If you want to send that, we'll show you how to do that in a little bit. Anytime you want to create a new one, you can hit this plus button, and it will give you a new note. There we go. There's our 13th note. Notice the little A here, right there. This allows me to write not only on the touchscreen on the top, but also down here. So you can see my cursor floating around down here. I found that it's easier if I'm writing anything more than just a quick note to actually write down here, and I could follow the lines, and it makes things a little bit neater if I had better handwriting. Okay. So if you're writing a lot, you'd want to keep this on the little A right there. However, I've also used where it has this cursor right here, and what that allows you to do is to continue writing on the top here, but when you're down here, you can see my cursor now floating on the screen here. I'm actually controlling my computer when this is selected. So I write up here on the touch screen, and I control my computer down here. Okay? The rest of the features here we've got. Here's our navigation keys. I can go back and forth between notes, there and there. Once I've created a new note, if I wanted to send this to the class, and we'll say we have 5 minutes left before the end of the day, if I wanted to send this as a little reminder, this letter there will send that up on the screen as a little post-it note. Remember how I said that you can change the color of your post-it notes? That's where that's at. You can then resize that and get that out of the way. This will get you into Workspace, so we'll want to get back out of Workspace. Here we go, back to our live screen. And then the other one is just a trash can right there. Obviously, that's going to get rid of your note, and it'll take you back to your last note. So that's pretty much all of the buttons here and the different features you can have with notes. Great tool for little anecdotal notes, like I said, or if a presentation, if you wanted to do your presentation notes up on the top here, have this selected, and then you can run through your PowerPoint or your presentation down along the bottom here. Okay, so that's notes. The next one we'll go over is favorites, and I wish it was called something different because I always want to say the favorites are my favorite, but they really are. I love them. What this gives you the opportunity to do is to load 16. There's 8 on this screen. I can scroll down, and I have 8 more here. Anything that I double click on, it's somewhat like a link, but it will link to documents. It will link to video files, audio files, websites. It will open an application. If you wanted to put Excel on there, you could hit that button and it'll automatically open it. So no matter how many windows I have open, if I wanted to, I could touch this and it will launch my collaborative classroom video right there. Okay. These are obviously customizable. So if I wanted to switch my favorites up here, you can see that I've got eInstruction here as my first one, then CPS, Workspace, ExamView. Those are our 3 softwares right off the top. There's my PowerPoint that we started just a second ago here. So you can see these are the ones that I use the most. If I wanted to, if you go down here and change one of those, I would tap on it. This is an application path. So this is on my computer. Where is it going to find this PDF or this document or this, what's the word I'm looking for? Or this application path, okay? I can obviously change the name here. If I wanted to make this Excel, let's just do that real quick. Make it Excel, and that's an application. I usually do the what it is on the bottom there. It's up to you. And then we go searching. Let's set this down. We go searching out here, and usually that's on a C drive. Program files and Windows. I probably should have found this. Hey, looky there, I looked out. Okay, and there's Excel. So when I switch that and say OK, that last button that I have down here, it's on the second page, is the Excel application. So when I tap that, there you go. It opens up Excel. It's right over here. And we're ready to go. So that's favorites. Okay, the next one, keyboard. This is also a really nice feature. What this gives you the ability to do is when I'm across the room and I'm working with kiddos and I wanted to, and I don't want to, that's why, there, that's a little bit better, isn't it? I'm across the room and I'm working with kiddos and I don't want to have to run back to my computer to type in a really quick password. I can, let's see if we'll do a new email here real quick so I can show you how this works. Okay, so if I wanted to send an email to, go back over here. Oh, gotta find my camera, there we go. Put this over on the side so you can see both of them. Okay, so here's my keyboard. If I wanted to send an email to Nikki, my buddy, N-I-K-K-I, there she is right there. Click on it right there. Obviously, this is an email, but if you needed to search on Google or something like that, you bring up Google. Maybe that's one of your favorites. You type in Egypt or whatever it is that you're searching for. Hit Enter, which is right there. And there you go. Okay, so it just saves you a lot of time having to run back and forth. Obviously, you're not going to be typing your dissertation with this, but quick little logins or passwords, it's a really great way to do that. All right. Next one is reports. Launch CPS here and I can show you what those look like. This just reminds me, seeing 6.71. If you're watching this, I would highly encourage you when you open CPS and Workspace, all of the softwares that we have, double check that this number is the same as what's on the website for the newest version. If you're running older equipment, that may not be the best idea, but if you have a pretty up and running laptop or desktop, you're going to want to be running the newest software. It alleviates some of the problems. So just a little side note there. Okay, so from our CPS window here, we're just going to launch a verbal lesson here. Double check that we're all connected here. There's my Mobi that's connected and my pulse receiver, so we should be good. Got too much stuff running on at the same time. Oh, look at Chrome. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so from here, and we've done past weeks we've done verbal engage. That's a really good one. I would go back and check that. If you don't know how to do this, this is a great way to use the clickers without having to spend a lot of time putting work in ahead of time. Okay, so in the Engage tab, Lessons, clicking Engage here. It'll bring up a little menu of items that we can pick from. If I wanted to change my session title, we'll do Tech Request Live. I've got lots of different classes here. We're just going to do this small class right there and click OK. Goes out and finds our receivers, and then we're ready to click in. Okay, so switch back to the Mobi so you can see both of these at the same time. There's our Mobi. Okay, so when I go down here to select a verbal question, we'll do just a simple true yes/no question right now. You can see that the screen has changed here. Now we have some different options. It's out of the way. Okay, so as our kids click in, we can see that 2 out of the 3 have answered that. This is our question status. Go to the next report. I can see that student 1 has not answered, student 2 answered yes, and student 3 answered no. That's response per student. This is actually my favorite one because it shows the distribution as to how the whole class is answered. Obviously, I just have 2 right now, but you can imagine this with 20 kiddos, and you see, it's a 50-50 split or even a 60-40 split, and you know that 40%, there's some misconception that they have, so you really need to teach that. So I usually keep it right there. A couple of the other reports, though, this is a session by by student, so you can see how they've done in the entire session. And then this is a whole session summary. So once we're going to go back out here and we're going to close this out. We'll say end. It's going to pop up a little graph that I can, from here, I can select what the correct answer is. So maybe the correct answer was yes. When I click close here, it's going to automatically redistribute that these are correct. Okay, he answered one, but it wasn't correct. 1 out of 1, and then back here, it's going to have the green and the red for the correct answers. All right, so that is your reports. Settings are, I don't often go into settings. I had to change the brightness, obviously, because that was a little much for you guys, but you can change the brightness. I don't think we'd ever need to calibrate the touch screen. Pairing with Hub, it'll walk you through how to do that the first time. You can change your sleep timer if you want it to power down after just 2 minutes or up to 5 minutes. This is also a really nice thing. So people that are using the MobiView for the first time, or this is their first interactive whiteboard, we tried to make it as simple as possible. The connection walks you through how to do it step by step here on the screen, and as soon as it does connect, it will automatically start Workspace, which is the software that runs it. So try to make it as simple as possible. If you are always using Workspace with your clickers, you can actually select that right there. So when it starts up, it will connect. Once you connect it, rather, it will start Workspace and CPS. It's up to you. Change languages there, and then the device name if you wanted to change this to Susie's Mobi or whatever the case may be. Okay? All right. Well, that's our MobiView intro. We actually missed last week, which I apologize for. There were some audio technical difficulties there, which is why we started a little bit late today for any of those that tuned in right on time. But being that we're one behind, I'm actually going to do another one here in a little bit and post this as the 6th episode, and really just do a real quick demonstration of our new cloud-based assessment solution called All-in Learning. Just a real quick 5-minute thing there to show you the power of that. So next week, November 4th at 11:30, we'll have new tech requests. We haven't had a lot of people emailing in. If you're having any problems with your eInstruction, Livescribe, All-in Learning, document cameras, anything to that effect, please let me know. I'd be happy to record something like this for you and get that answer over to you. Okay? Tell a friend. This hasn't taken off quite yet, but we're going to continue pressing on, and I really think that the more people know about this, the greater the attendance will be, and the more people will find this of value. All right. There's our contact information, 800 number. You can reach any of the ECs here in Colorado or Wyoming, and we're actually expanding. We've got people in Ohio and Michigan and Pennsylvania now, so welcome on board. Mark and Gary, we're happy to have you. There's our general number, and from there you can get our extensions. Very happy that we have our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter up. Follow us on Twitter and become friends with us on Facebook. All of the TRL episodes will be posted onto our YouTube channel. If you subscribe to that, anytime we post a new one, it'll just send you a quick email to say there's a new TRL up there to go check it out. And anything that I find that is, I think would be useful as a teacher or an administrator, I usually favorite that. So we try to give it more than just our educational technology, is just what's going on in education nowadays with 21st century technology and good practices. So we try to make that a good resource for you. All right, everybody, that's our show. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next week.